Contempt. I don't feel like singing a song for this one because, yeah. Bonjour, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection, reviewer guy of all sorts and places and peoples and things and anger and movies within movies and butts. And with number 161, no, number 171, Jean-Luc Godard's Contempt. I wish it were number 161, whichever one that is. I don't even remember what number 161 is, but I'm sure it's 10 times better than this one. Yep, I didn't like it. I didn't like this one. And it's funny because this is only our second Godard film. I mean, there's still a couple more like Breathless and I forget the others. I'm sure there's others, but Breathless is still coming, and I know that was a huge. Everybody loves Breathless. Oh my god, you know. But if it's anything like Alphaville or Contempt, I'm gonna hate it because yeah. I mean, well, no, I didn't hate this movie. But I didn't like it. I didn't think it was good. A good movie, you know. If I had to sit through it again, I would, but I'd fall asleep. Yeah, details. 1963, 104 minutes, color, French and English. Movie stars, what's his name? So I'll tell you about this. What's his name? What's this guy's name? Michel Piccoli. He's a screenwriter. He writes plays, and his name's Paul. He's got a wife named Camille, who's played by Brigitte Bardot. And this is our second Bardot film, with the first being, I think, In God Created Woman. And then Fritz Lang of all people is in this film too. He plays a director who's directing a version of The Odyssey. And Jack Palance is in it. He's producer. He's an American producer. And so there's a lot of bouncing between French and English. And I think at one point they speak Italian and German because Fritz Lang is German and all that. So yeah, it's a lot of bouncing between reading subtitles and then just not reading subtitles and realizing, oh, you know, crap, you know, I have to listen, you know, which is really annoying. I think it's really, really annoying, that kind of style. And there is an English dubbed version that but I didn't play it because I'm not really into those, you know, those kind of things, you know. Usually the originals sound better. Sometimes dubs can work, but for the most part they don't. So, yeah. So they're making this film version of The Odyssey, and there are a lot of problems and all that, and there's a lot of arguments between the American producer and Lang, and yeah, and then I think Paul's like thrown into the middle of it all, and it's putting a lot of stress on his marriage with Camille, and there's and I guess the American producer whose name is like Prokofiev or something like that. And he's like trying to put the moves on Camille, and it shows. And so there's this huge extended scene where they're in their like apartment, and it goes on for like 45 minutes of the film, where they're just the two of them arguing with each other, eventually like breaking up and making up and arguing, and then falling in love again, and then, you know, just almost coming to blows with each other, and just. Yeah, it's really kind of boring, and the same song plays over and over and over again throughout the movie, and it's, yeah. So eventually I guess it has something to do with, you know, the fact that he wants to go off to Capri to shoot this scene, shoot this pivotal scene in the movie, and she doesn't want to go, but she's afraid that she goes, she'll get hit on by the American producer or something. I don't know. It's just, yeah. And so eventually they eventually do go, but it's too much for her. She leaves. She goes back, and she leaves him, and she goes off with the American producer, whose name is, what is his name? Jack Palance's character's name is Jeremiah Prokich. Jerry. I'm going to call him Jerry. So Jerry and Camille go off, and Paul ends up leaving the project. He goes back to, I think, Italy to like finish a play he's working on. And, you know, Lang finishes the movie. And for some reason, Jerry and Camille are killed in a car accident, are killed on their way out. And, yeah. That's it. Yeah. I mean, now there's a lot of apparently there's a lot of parallels between the story of the Odyssey, and his own life, and they make it really, really explicit by explaining the story of the Odyssey, and that's kind of cool. But in the end, it falls really flat for me. And it's not a very long movie too. It's not like it really just drags on or anything like that. But it doesn't. It's just boring. It's boring. It's stressful to watch. These people arguing and all that, and I don't know. I think I'm just not impressed with Bardot at all, with her beauty or her acting or anything. I don't think she's a very interesting person. I don't know why people were so obsessed with her back in the day. I mean, it's just like you've never seen a woman before. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I didn't care much for this. Of course, I think he's in this. I think Godard's in this movie somewhere. I think he plays like a director or something like that, or an editor or something like that. So you do see him, but I forget. I don't know what he looks like, so I missed his cameo or whatever. Yeah, you can tell I'm not into this one because I really can't say anything about it apart from that. It's hard to watch. It's not hard to watch, especially if you're into seeing Bardot's butt, and there's a lot and I think another reason why I really don't like this film is because of the American influence on it, which I'll get to in a minute. It's explained in the supplements. But yeah, I can't do this one. I can't give it a good rating. So, it's not Salaho bad. It's not Picnic at Hanging Rock bad. It's not Bergman bad. Although Bergman, I was thinking about this. See, Godard, both Alphaville and I'm starting to think that I'm hoping there's something that saves it for Breathless. But then, oh no, wait, we've got a Band of Outsiders. That's another one that's coming up, right? Band of Outsiders is Godard, right? Remind me, I don't know anything about these films. Yeah, Godard, yeah, Band of Outsiders. So you've got one more chance. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that Breathless sucks and alienate this whole channel. The unsubscribers going ding 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 and say Godard sucks. I mean, yeah, because it's like 3 strikes you're out for me. I mean, although I had to sit through a lot of Bergman. I had to sit through a lot of Bergman to get to Wild Strawberries. And Wild Strawberries is not a great film, but at least I wouldn't mind seeing that one again. Whereas I don't want to see Seventh Seal again. I don't want to see Cries and Whispers again. I don't want to see Autumn Sonata again. But I wouldn't mind seeing Wild Strawberries one more time, just because. And yeah, so D+. No, D. Yeah, D. Sorry. It's not an F. It's not F worthy. It's not horrible. But it's not great. D. Sorry, guys. And to add insult to injury, I'm glad this is out of print. Because I was like, oh man, an out of print Criterion. What if I like it? Hallelujah. Yep. So anyway, supplements. Oh Christ, and all the fucking supplements too. There's an hour-long film called The Dinosaur and the Baby, which is a conversation between Fritz Lang and Jean-Luc Godard, where they show clips of Godard's Contempt and Lang's M. And it was cool to see that. Like I said, it was cool to see that film again, because I forgot it's pretty trippy film. I don't remember. It was one of the earlier ones, like 30 or 40, I think. So yeah, it was cool to see that again. It's cool to see them talking. I guess they considered the dinosaur, Lang as the dinosaur because of his age, and the baby is Godard. And then there's Encounter with Fritz Lang, which is a short film that was done during the shooting of the shooting of Contempt. It's sort of an interview with Lang. Two 1963 documentaries by Jacques Rosier. One called Contempt, Bardot et Godard, which is about the working relationship between Bardot and Godard, just basically, just to see her working behind the scenes. And then one called Paparazzi, which is more about the paparazzi's obsession with Bardot, and just like how they'll do anything to get a shot of her, and how the paparazzi infiltrated the set of Contempt, and Godard had to shoo the reporters away and all that. And it's hard to watch, and it's really disturbing, because it's it just shows it's our obsession with something that isn't really that beautiful. It's I can compare Bardot is to the 60s what Kate Upton is to today. Someone who is pretty, but not holy crap sexy, holy crap gorgeous, It's but whatever. Anyway. There's a 10-minute excerpt from a 1964 interview with Godard, where he talks about just, sort of just a couple of his other films and all that. There's a half hour, almost a half, 25, 26-minute interview with cinematographer Raoul Cotard, where he talks about, and this is where I was talking about the American influence. He talks about this, apparently, the film, Contempt, was filmed with money from America. And apparently they wanted to see her nude, Bridget Bardot nude, which I think is stupid. And so they ended up, he ended up doing a scene with her nude, but there was a book covering her butt, and the Americans no, we're not going to give you the money unless we see her butt. And it's when I heard that, I was just God, we're just so fucking America. God, sometimes we just really suck. Can't let a guy make a film, no, yeah, apparently he didn't even originally. Godard hadn't even actually. He had filmed the scene, but he had taken it out or something, and the Americans. He said in his own interview that he said no, he put it back in, and he wasn't thinking to put it back in, but when the Americans said, hey, we want it back in, they put it in, he reshot it and put it in, and he now actually kind of likes the scene. He wouldn't take it out now. But yeah, to know that just the movie might not have happened if Bardot hadn't shown her butt in the beginning of the film was kind of sad, I guess they wanted it. They wanted, sexy scenes in the beginning, the middle, of the end of the film, but Godard said, no, we can't. No, I'm not going to do that, because by the end of the film, they're not in love. There's no, they can't. There's no reason for her to be nude. Which I have to say that makes total sense. Because they're not in love. Their relationship is dead. I mean, the closest we get is her taking off her towel and swimming naked in the ocean. And you see her really far away, so you don't really see anything in much detail. But yeah, so. Yeah, that's about it. So, and then there's a 5-minute demonstration. I guess the film was shot in widescreen, but for a long time in home video was shown full screen, and so they had to pan. There's a panning. It's shows how what was shown, a little square as to what was shown in the full screen version versus the widescreen, and it shows what was shown like this, And it's cool. There are a lot of other films I've seen. I used to, a lot of films I used to watch on VHS that were full screen. And then when I got the DVD and they were widescreen, I was like, whoa, I don't, wait, I forgot. There's supposed to be a pan right there, But no, it's showing the entire picture. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. And then the trailer, which sucks. It's just two people yelling different random things. And that's it. I'm sorry, guys, but this one sucks. Contempt gets a D. Is it our worst? Because it's funny, because we just had one of my favorites of this season, the Monterey Pop, and now we're getting one of the worst. I mean, I can't think of one. I mean, there are a couple that were I didn't like very much, like Cries and Whispers. But it's easy to pick on Bergman, though. I didn't really want to pick on him. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't remember if I had a well, obviously the first season, Solo, of course, but I don't know if I really mentioned that. I must have. I've been mentioning Solo every time I have a bad film. So yeah. So anyway, that's it. That's it. So that's it for now. You know what? I'm doing Pepe Le Moco. I'm doing Pepe Le Moco right now. So it's a double. It's a surprise double feature because I realized that Pepe Le Moco it's really short. There's honestly not a lot to this film. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna try Pepe Le Moco. I mean, there's a chance I might change my mind at the last minute, but stay tuned for Pepe Le Moco. And yeah, we got that, and then which means that tomorrow we will do Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. I think either way we're gonna do two tomorrow. We'll do Life and Death of Colonel Blimp we'll do it tomorrow along with Pepe Le Moco. So, but more than likely we're gonna do that right now because I got time. And then which means that if I do Life and Death of Colonel Blimp tomorrow, then we will do Band of Outsiders probably. There's only one disc, so we'll probably do it Thursday night. We'll probably either do this Thursday night or Saturday night. I'm not sure yet. And then Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with my brother and his girlfriend. We'll either do it Saturday night or Sunday night. So not sure yet, but we'll figure it out. And then of course The Killing, and I guess I gotta put a hold on friggin' I'm Curious box set, and Lost Honor of Katharina Bloom hopefully is on its way. But I gotta get moving. I didn't realize I would like double down. I mean, I knew I was gonna double down on these reviews in some way, but I didn't realize I would get caught up so quickly. You know, we're definitely gonna be done by. We're more than likely gonna be done by like May. You know, by the end of May, hopefully. So yeah, so that's it for me. Thanks for watching. If you're watching a Godard movie, stop it. If you're looking at Bridget Bardot, look at somebody else. What are the morals? Don't hit your wife. Don't fight with your wife. And yeah, that's it I can say. So anyway, thanks for watching. We will see you later for Pepe Le Moco. And until then, silencio.